It's official. Elizabeth Olsen just got fired from the MCU, and Marvel fans are not happy. Why did she get fired? And what does Loki have to do with all of this? Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch has been a fan favorite in the MCU since she made her debut in Avengers 2. Since then, she's had a great run in the series, even getting her own TV show, which was a smashing hit for Marvel. But now, it looks like her time is done. Recently, Marvel released a new book that explains the complicated timeline of the MCU. Originally, the book featured a cover with Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch. But now it looks like the cover has changed, with Scarlet Witch being replaced by Loki and Sylvie. And when fans saw this, they realized that Scarlet Witch is done with the MCU. Of course, it's likely that this was devised as Scarlet Witch is dead and Loki and Sylvie are not. In fact, Loki Season 2 is set to premiere on Disney Plus this October, so it makes more sense from a marketing standpoint. But that doesn't make it any easier for fans of Scarlet Witch. If you ask us, even though she's gone right now, there's plenty of chances to bring her back into the franchise. This includes the upcoming WandaVision spin-off titled Agatha, Coven of Chaos. That's not all. There are other major films like Avengers, The Kang Dynasty, and Avengers, Secret Wars that could include her character or a variant of her. So while she isn't on the front cover for MCU Timeline book, it should be far from the end of Wanda Maximoff's appearances. But the bigger question is, does she want to come back? Recently, on a podcast interview, Olsen told new actors that if they're gonna sign to Marvel, they should just sign one contract project instead of a multi-year deal. Marvel's been known to offer these kind of deals upfront for actors because they want to call them back for more projects and cameos. But these kind of deals can hurt an actor's career because it limits them from signing on other projects. And one of the actors who was frustrated with this was Olsen. This deal is also the reason Dave Bautista, Robert Downey Jr., and others left the MCU. Turns out Kevin Feige was listening to this same podcast because Marvel recently decided to switch things up. He released a new strategy for hiring actors and said talent can return only if they're super enthusiastic about being in the MCU. In the end, it all depends on what the actor wants and where they're at in their career.
Do actors come to you when they're thinking about joining the MCU and saying, like, what am I getting myself into?
Some do. I've had some people ask about it.
What do you say? What's the stock kind of like?
Do you really want?
Of course I do.
I say, just give them one.
Leave some space for yourself.
No, yeah, just give them one. That's what I say.
Yeah, meaning like one project.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a commitment. And
and I think that way that you have more control over, you know, if you, let's say you're like, oh my God, this was the most fun I've ever had, and I love this character so much, I want to do it again. You now have more creative control for the next one.
Some actors like Bautista and Olsen want to stretch their creative muscles and explore new roles, and that's okay. Others want to stay in the MCU cause of the paycheck, and believe it or not, job security. And that's okay too. As Martin Scorsese famously said, superhero movies are like theme parks. And after a while, some actors might want to head home.